and continue from here. Today we shall be reading the part 5 of The Dead Mother Who Cooks for Her Family. So relax, and let's dive into it. For 3 days, Abdul refused to return to his house. He himself, Mariam, and Mama Sade stayed in a relative's compound on the far side of the village. Word of what happened spread quickly. In every corner of the village, people whispered about the house with the cooking fire. Women spoke about it while drawing water from the well. Farmers spoke about it while working on their fields. Children were warned never to talk or walk near Abdul's compound after sunset. Some said a ghost had returned. Others said a witch had cursed the family. But the oldest villagers spoke of something far older, something that should never have been awoken. On the fourth day, Mama Sade gathered several elders beneath the largest tree in the village. The tree had stood there longer than anyone could remember. Generations sat beneath its branches to settle disputes and tell stories. That evening, however, no one came to tell stories. They all came to listen. Abdul sat among them, exhausted, frightened. The old men and women listened quietly as Mama Sade explained everything. The midnight cooking, the footprint, the shadow, the voice, the thing beneath the stove. When she finished, silence settled over the gathering. Finally, the oldest man, called Baba Kola spoke. His face was lined with age and his eyes carried the weight of many years. I have heard this story before. Everyone looked at him, stared towards the horizon. When I was a boy, my grandfather told me about a spirit known as the Hungry Heart. A chill moved through the group. The Hungry Heart is not a ghost. His voice lowered. It is hunger itself. The wind rustled through the tree leaves above them. It awaits beneath the earth, where grief is the strongest. It listens for promises made by dying people. Abdul felt his stomach tightened. Babakula continued. If a dying mother makes a promise she cannot keep, if her love is strong enough and her sorrow deep enough, no one spoke, no one moved. The evening suddenly felt colder. That night, Abdul could not sleep. Babakula's words replayed over and over. Something answers. For months, he had believed he was haunted by his wife. Now he feared something much worse. What if Zainab had never truly returned? What if something else had had her final promise? Something wearing her memory, something using her voice, something using her love. away overnight. The villagers stared in horror. One woman began crying. Another woman crossed herself repeatedly. Mama Sade arrived moments later. The old woman looked at the carcasses and immediately closed her eyes. It started feeding. No one needed to ask what she meant. The following night, another man disappeared, another animal disappeared, then another, then chickens, then dogs. Each morning, more signs appeared. Strange footprints, scratches in the earth, dark stains near Abdul's compound, and every single night, people smelled the cooking, the cooking, the cooking, the cooking, fresh cooking, rich cooking, delicious cooking. The smell drifted across the village after midnight. People woke from sleep with their mouths watering. The scent was irresistible. Onions, pepper, palm oil, fresh stew. Some villagers even admitted they felt hungry just smelling it. That frightened Mama Sade more than anything. On the seventh night, Bakola came to see Abdul. The old man carried a small wrapped bundle. His expression was grave. "There is something you must tell me." Abdul nodded nervously. "What happened during your wife's final hours?" Abdul closed his eyes. The memory still hurt. For a long time he said nothing. Then slowly he began speaking. He described the fever, the rain, the night, the final night, the promise. "I'm not finished feeding them." Babakula listened carefully. Then he asked a strange question. "Was anyone else in the room?" Abdul frowned. "No." The old man remained silent. "Think carefully." Abdul searched his memory. The oil lamp, the rain, Mariam asleep nearby, Zainab's weak voice. Then suddenly something surfaced, a detail he had forgotten, or perhaps buried. His eyes widened. There was a knock. Babakola looked sharply at him. A knock. Abdul nodded slowly. On the kitchen door. The old man said nothing. Abdul continued. It happened just before she spoke those words. The memory became clearer. He remembered hearing it. 3 knocks. He had assumed it was the wind or a loose piece of wood. At the end of he had ignored it, but now he wasn't so sure. Babakula's face darkened. It came before the death. Abdul swallowed what came. The old man's answer barely rose above a whisper. The thing beneath the stove. A cold silence followed. Then Babakula unwrapped a bundle he had brought. Inside lay an old wooden cabin. The figure was ancient, cracked by time. Its face was thin and hollow, its mouth unnaturally wide, its stomach sunken inward. The cavern question. Babakula spoke again, and memory is where the nightmare began. That same night, Maria disappeared. One moment she was asleep